All right, another episode of Damn Right I Got Knives, and this time I have a guest with me. I got my friend over here, Jared. Jared brought some gifts here, brought me some beer, had him pick a record, brought his knives, and we're making a video about this. So we're listening to this. Jared picked Bob Dylan, Desire, which is my favorite Bob Dylan record. And then he goes about spilling a beer on it as we're doing the opening sequence. I've been trying to master that trick of opening my beers during these videos. You're not the first one to spill beer on this record. So let's take a look at this. Cool lyrics, photographs. The cool thing about this record, and especially the song, is that this is a protest song that Bob Dylan wrote. The song Hurricanes, about a boxer named Reuben Hurricane Carter who was falsely accused of a murder and imprisoned. Songs talking about the story and his life. Let's take a look at the vinyl. Cool pressing, not in bad condition. A few little scrapes and scratches here and there. Why did you pick this record?
It's my favorite Bob Dylan record too. Yeah, one more cup of coffee really does it for me.
Isis is so good. The Oh Sister is really
Sisters.
great. Yeah. Released in 1975 on Columbia Records. When he was doing the Rolling Thunder review and touring, and they'd like paint their faces and have these outlandish, kind of wild stage performances. Although I really like old footage of Bob Dylan singing his protest songs and stuff, but Desire, he got a little freaky and did some really cool stuff. Bob Dylan. All right, should we move along? All right, Jared brought me a gift, and it came in the form of beer. What more could I ask for? I don't know if I've had this beer ever before.
That's Humble Sea. It's from Santa Cruz, definitely one of my favorites. But they steered a long time ago from calling it hazy anything, and they just call it foggy. You know, Santa Cruz gets its own fair share of fog. And yeah.
Let's take a look at these. Let's see if they look in there. Oh yeah, there we go. So something like this. But I like this double sock sandals.
What? Socks and sandals. Bring me back. Socks and sandals. What? Socks and sandals.
Socks and Sandals is like their flagship, recurring beer. Not much of what they do recurs at all, but Socks and Sandals is the single, this is the double. And
I like this packaging.
totally.
Like Pure Project's really classy.
Right.
We were talking about them earlier.
Yeah.
This is more fun. They kind of go the fun route, which is cool.
And they just did a collaboration with Humble Sea, Pure Project, and they called the beer Murky Seas, and it was really, really yummy. I had it yesterday, in fact.
You know what I kind of like about the packaging too is that the top of the can is white also, and the tab is black. It's an extra step in making something appealing and cool.
And they always put funny little, like things on the bottom of their packages.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, like this is good vibes.
I feel like I like the double socks more, but I like both.
Yeah.
What? Socks and sandals. And say whatever was never in.
I definitely taste the citrus in there in this one.
It sneaks up on you too because they're both doubles, so
Yeah, kind of has a little soda pop fizz to it.
yeah, a little mini effervescent pop.
Yeah.
It's really yummy, but every single release they're doing is just kind of out of this world.
A little smoky barrel on this one, almost. I don't know why. The hop was grown next to an old fence.
One of them actually designs the whole packaging and names all of them. So
It's a small little city, but of course they're gonna have some good beers coming out of there. Mouth, fruit, juicy, citrusy, outdoorsy. It's surf talk is what's going on here on this beer. It's great beers. Thank you.
I'm actually gonna sneak some of this guy.
Yeah, you should. All right, remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. If you're having fun with Jared and I, please do that. We're gonna move along, I think, to the knife part.
This is the way we now learn about Viking Age, is by sharing things on Facebook, and it will spread around the world very quickly.
You wanna show me what you got here?
Yeah, for sure.
Knife number 1. You want me to do the honors?
Yeah, I want you to do the honors.
What I like about this sheath is it's super simple. Some have other things going on. This is just one little rivet.
Yeah.
There's no other bullshit to it, which is kind of nice.
Simple.
And it holds in there
Yeah.
Nice and good. That ain't coming out easily.
No, not at all.
This thing is beautiful. I love the wood here, this burled wood.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely one of my favorite details.
It looks like it's been used, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. It gets a lot of use, you know.
Eggen in Norway.
Arctic Norway is ideally located in the middle of the Northern Light Zone. This area is unique and exceptionally beautiful.
Some sort of burled wood. I'm not sure here. That's maple, maybe? It's birch wood. Oh, yeah.
It's like the natural oils from my skin that kind of like have like aged it up. And
the way this is built, which is really cool, is the end, the blade goes actually all the way to here. So it's a full tang covered by wood. That's the end of the blade there.
Yeah.
And they wrap it, the whole thing in wood. So it's, I mean, this thing is, I imagine, a beast. Like, this is not gonna break unless you throw it in a campfire and smash it with some axe.
Feels indestructible, and that's when I grabbed it, I was like, yeah, well, this is the one, because, you know, for what I was using it for, and chopping down pretty thick, you know, branches on cannabis.
Triple laminated stainless steel, 4.23 ounces. From Norway.
Throughout the whole country, it's no wonder that Norwegians love the great outdoors.
Considered a stout hunting knife with a drop point blade, a formed finger guard here, keep you from where you're cutting or slipping. Feeling this, the way this goes into your hand, the whole handle feels really good.
It's pretty natural.
It is very, very natural, strong feeling. Helle started in 1932. Before that, in 1920, they went to America to kind of study and learn about some knives, but returned to Norway to produce their own in 1932.
I stopped cutting my hair. I swapped my suit with t-shirts and jeans. And after a year, one of my customers said, "You start looking like a Viking."
They're not doing like really far out like tactical knives or anything like that. They're doing more traditional knives from what I can tell. There's a real art to that. I mean, also like you got this brass washer there that just looks really nice at the butt, you know, smash it with some nets or something. So it stabs into my table well.
It really does.
My sword, clean bite, extremely strong and extremely sharp.
We should probably move on to next.
Let's check out another.
Foggy by Nature. Double dry hop infused foggy double IPA, and Fog This double dry hop foggy IPA. They're both super yummy. I've had them before, but you have not, so dig in.
So we watch TV, we listen to heavy metal. That's the music of the Vikings.
All right, I'll open this one.
Yeah, go for it.
Round two, I like this. You know, we enter beers twice in this video. You know, it's such a crazy time in our world.
Yeah.
You know, with the riots and to the protests and to COVID and to fires and to atrocities and crazy crap happening all over our world, our elections and everything, all these mixing views and opinions and things.
Disinformation.
And I mean, it's a crazy time. And I hope everybody's just like keeping their eyes and mind open and doing well.
It's the best we can do.
Yeah.
Pay attention, you know. Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers. So we talked about the Helle knife. As we start looking, we kind of went with first like, you're like, oh, I got this cool Helle knife. And then you brought on this pocket knife.
Yeah.
And you set it down and we started looking at that and realizing how cool that knife was too. And actually, I've come around to like, I really like this pocket knife now that you showed me, and it's right over here, like on the edge, and I kind of want to steal it from you by the end of the show.
You totally can.
Yeah, this is a
I know
cool
where you live.
knife. You do the honors this time, and then I'll pop in.
So this was a gift to me by my dear love Samantha. She totally surprised me, caught me off guard with this one. We were in France and saw, you know, a bunch of really cool knives, and she knew that I've been after a pocket knife for a long time, and the satisfaction that you get, like you pop it out and it's definitely like locked. It's one of those where, you know, you don't want to do a lot of like action with it because it could flip back and cut you real good.
Slip joint.
It's slip joint. There you go. You got words for it, I know. But you know, when you lock it up, I love that. But the detail, you know, there's some really nice like inlaid.
I love that cross. Are you looking at the cross?
Yeah.
There's these little pins. They're going through and they make a cross, but it's really subtle and really beautifully done.
Yeah.
And you got carving and milling there going on, and then what looks like a bee.
Took this into the Bernal Cutlery where I actually bought the Helle knife. A buddy, his name's Tim at Bernal Cutlery, you know, wanted to sharpen it. He's awesome, by the way, but it got caught inside of a sharpening wheel, and it took off the bottom part of the logo here, and he felt so bad about it happening that he kept the knife, polished it up, and re-etched part of the logo in. On the daily, I use it for something.
The jimping is actually this like crossed over. It's not raised, it's flat along there, but it's kind of jimping where you can definitely feel that as you rub your fingers on it. So when you're working and you're doing something like this, there is jimping there. But you don't want to push too hard because it'll close that. But you know what I really like about this is that it looks like some sort of shark or like stingray, and it fits in your hand really nice actually. You have two really cool knives that actually feel really good in your hand. This is really nice in that it's from France and from part of a story and everything. This is like, I love that shape of that blade. Clip point blade, plain edge, nail nick opening. Like going from here to bam. I mean, this thing.
It's so strong. I mean, I've opened and closed that thing like 100,000 times by now, and it's like
you got to get your fingers out of the way, man.
And I have got myself.
I've
got myself several times.
Yeah,
I've got some scars to show it, but yeah, I've gotten myself.
Sure. Yeah, it almost looks like walnut. That's what I was gonna say. Is it?
That's my guess.
All right, I just found it. We were right. Handle material, walnut wood.
It was way lighter when I got it. So I've had it for like 6-ish years. Almost 7 years, I think. It's definitely got a bunch of my oils and dirt all over it, so.
The blade is made with Sandvik 12C27. And it says that right there. That's the blade steel. You got the handle length is 4. Cutting edge is 3 1/4. 7 1/4. Laguiole knives. Laguiole knives.
Laguiole?
Laguiole?
I'm guessing.
Laguiole knives. There's a city actually in France.
When the first time they attacked Paris, they were stopped by the Franks, who had specially sharp swords. So the Vikings withdrew.
I like this brewery. Their beers are all good.
Yeah.
So far.
You have knives that I brought, and you have beer that I brought. And that's my contribution.
That's a great contribution. You've told me some good stories about the knives.
My brother and I, we have a farm. He's in Northern California, and he's out at 4:30 every morning. That's his lifestyle. He's a farmer, and a true inspiration. Needless to say, he knew that we had so much work ahead of us in our first harvest that the knife that I was using was not going to cut it. This was a gift to me.
I think both are really cool, but the star attraction, surprisingly, is this little guy right here.
And we absolutely make sure the pea stuff, like some pea stuff, makes it.
It will.
Okay, good.
I'm going to show little kids peeing. And I might take out the one where I talk.
Please don't show little kids doing anything at all. Please, no little kids.
That's good that that's recording. What I meant to say is statues of kids peeing.
Still has a few secrets up its sleeve.
Like that famous statue of the kid peeing?
Put kids, just evade kids, the
Okay,
kid thing entirely.
put the famous statue of the kid peeing now.
Despite only being 55 centimeters tall, nearly a liter of water flows from his small pipe every minute.
I guess I've accidentally peed on somebody.
So, this is a really good segment right here.
Wait, but Jared, have
Turning
you ever
point
peed
episode.
on anybody?
This is a turning point episode right here because this is going to completely inform the season 2. You have no idea what's coming at you.
That is correct.
No idea. They don't care about our knives. They don't care about our beer. See, I'm telling you. See, stuff comes out. So to answer your question, no, like not.
No.
No, but I mean,
But-
like,
I literally pissed my pants once, and I was completely sober. I was doing some work, and I was covered in spackle, and I was waiting to... I was spackling drywall, and it was all over me.
this is already the best story I've ever
And I
heard.
was trying to hurry up. And I was like, I have to pee so bad, but I don't want to wash my hands and deal with everything, so I'm going to try and finish this wall here. And I waited just too long. And finally I'm like, fuck it, and I throw down the spackle, and I run out the garage door, and I run up to my friend's house, and I run into his bathroom, and I'm like, go to unbuckle my pants, and I have spackle all over my hands. So I turn on the sink of warm water, and I'm washing my hands, and literally I could not stop myself. I started peeing my pants. So I kick off my shoes and go for the ride. I'm sitting there with wet, pissed pants.
Can we talk about so?
I was like, poor
What is
beer all
going on right now? Dude, hit me.
So there was a story about us in Greece. Did it have anything to do with knives? Okay, Jared and I happened to be in Greece at the same time.
It was like the anarchist little
district of Athens.
It was where they were throwing Molotov cocktails at the
There was all the protests and everything going on.
at the police station. They were burning it down like every month. We walked into the square where they were all dressed in black. You know,
Oh
some
yeah,
had hoodies
they were
on.
eyeing us at one point
Yeah,
too.
they were
like, and then our friends from Greece were like, "What do they say in Star Wars?"
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Walked around Athens before, and Athens gets a little gnarly.
It's gritty. You grab the dude off the street.
There was a lookalike. Yeah,
of
and I got a
me.
photo.
Yeah.
Maybe I can show it here.
Yeah.
It's a photo where Jared looks like a guy from Greece. Yeah, so we had a great time there. Jared and I have had a lot of great times over the years being friends, and I super appreciate you showing up here to
it's
do
great.
these knife
The boys
reviews.
met 1 year ago and have become inseparable. They hold hands whenever they're together and even have their own language that no one else understands.
And let's see how sharp these blades are after you've used them extensively. So,
No, I haven't had that sharpened in probably like 2 years.
really?
Yeah.
That's holding an edge like nobody's business.
And it's cut a lot of plants in a couple years' time.
Nice little pile there. All right, let's check out the other knife.
Probably less graceful.
Oh. All right, not the sharpest knife in the box, but really cool.
Pretty.
This needs to be sharpened, that's all. Let's clean this up. Something I thought that this knife was very similar to that I have is this guy right here. The Jesmuk. And you probably want to see it next to something like a Paramilitary 2, just to give you an idea of the size. Very similar handle size. You got a Benchmade 940.
Corn bite.
How about a Benchmade bug out? And then I have this thing that my friend found in a park. K-bar.
Corn bite.
And then you got a Essie Azula. It just kind of gives you an idea. There you go. All right, let's clean these up. All right, we're gonna take a look at this one now.
We drank all the beer.
All right, for this guy, we're gonna just check out something that's kind of a similar knife that I have, the CRKT CEO. How about a Benchmade 601 Tengu flipper, a ProTech Malibu.
That one's fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I love the ProTech Malibu. To give you a really good idea of the length of this, it's almost as long as that Benchmade 940. Spyderco Paramilitary. All right, that gives you a really good idea. We pretty much demolished this video.
Yeah.
Putting these away. I guess we're gonna wrap this up here. Thank you, Jared, for coming and hanging out with me this evening and for sharing your knives and your beer. We drank all 4 of these beers. Catch you guys soon. This is Damn Right I Got Knives and Jared signing out.
The video ends as the boys run off together towards their next adventure.